As a family, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. It is Monday. It's another day to get things done. It's going to be a real crazy week, but we're going to do what we got to do. Los Angeles, California. We'll be there next week. So let's connect. Let's make some money moves. It's going to be business and pleasure like I always do when I go on trips. I won't be going as live as much as I used to, but hey, Los Angeles, Ontario, Riverside. Holla at me. That's why we'll be next week, and all that great stuff. But hey, let me know what you guys are going on this week. We're in the second week of November, and still things got to get done. Let me know if you have anything else you're trying to get done for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? But anyways, today's word of the day is grant. Stands for to consent to the fulfillment of, to accord as a favor, to be bestowed, to transfer property by a deed, to concede, to acknowledge the act of granting and whatnot. And I chose this word today because you should only grant certain people in life a certain amount of access to you, because if you allow them to have all of you, then a lot of times they will take all of you. That's another thing to take into consideration. Another thing, even when you go through the hardest times of your life, do your darndest to bring some joy into somebody else's life, because you just never know when somebody else has it 10 times more worse than you. Kind of goes into the quote of the day by Mr. Kyrie Irving, because you see all the nonsense he's going through for sharing one post on social media, how it just changed his life, and not for the good and whatnot. But it's like I said, whether you're a low-paid employee, mid-level paid employee, or a high-paid employee, your bosses have control over your life from an economic standpoint. And, whether you like it or not, it sucks, but it's just what it is. And a lot of times people their lives can be turned over because they grant or allow their life to be put in to end up in a certain position without even realizing it. And then they give all their power to their supervisors, AKA the powers that be, the people who they work for, and then they don't have any other backup plan. So that's the only thing I really say this for the high paid employees. I implore you all to have some sort of a backup plan. I don't care if it's investing. I don't care if it's a side business. I mean, I remember back in the 90s, the stereotype of former football players is they would own a car dealership, but hey, they had a backup plan. And that's how it has to be in today's world, because even if you share a post online or give your own perspective on a situation, you can be taking all your resources and access to capital can be taken away just like that. I mean, lost his Nike deal. He has to pay $500,000 to the specific league. He has to take sensitivity training. He has to meet up with the owner of the Nets. He has to meet up with other people of the other organizations which I will not be naming. But and it's unfortunate. And that's just another thing. A lot of times, like I said, on social media, a lot of times things just don't need to be put out there, even though what he put out there was nothing negative, nothing wrong. But even in that sense, when people put out stuff that's even actually crazy and actually would be considered offensive, sometimes better things are just left unsaid, or better things are just left offline. You know what I mean? That's why you don't discuss and put all your business out on the internet. It's just one of those things. But only grant people that matter the most to you. Only grant or even allow the right information into your life. That's another thing. I find myself now, remember when I got rid of Verizon cable, because I'm not really watching cable anymore. I'm not really watching regular TV. I barely even watch movies anymore. And I was paying all this money for something I wasn't doing anymore. So I needed to eliminate that from my life. And I only grant certain things in my life now, because just like try to have a healthy diet, I eat my almonds, drink my tea more now, things of that nature. My mindset now is if I do anything unhealthy, it's going to be something I really enjoy, but I'm not going to do it every day, but it's going to be something that I really enjoy. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you have to have more discipline, try to take a little bit more control, and be open to learning something new every single day. That's my mindset. I think the smartest thing that anybody can do is go out of the way to learn something new every single day. All right. But Kyrie Irving said, "No alarm clock needed. My passion wakes me up." And today I chose that quote out of all the quotes he's ever spoken of. Because remember, I'm just getting to know who he is because I don't really follow athletes and entertainers because I don't really pay attention to much of today's new music. One, and then two, I darn sure don't watch sports. So NBA, NFL, they don't make money off of me. So unless they have ownership in other things like grocery store chains or something to that effect, or airlines. But outside of that, I'm not a consumer or watcher of the NFL or the NBA. Never really have been. Never probably will be, you know, because I'm just not entertained by watching sporting events. But I'm not mad at people that are. But long story short, today has been a long time that I actually woke up with passion, and it felt great. Woke up at a decent hour, especially with the time change. Woke up at a decent hour, had all this energy, and got way more things done earlier than I ever have before in a long time, since the pandemic days. That's one thing I miss about life before the pandemic. I felt like I was much more disciplined because I had to be. I had to be at work. I had to get up, go to bed at a certain time, and I had to get up at a certain time, you know. But being at home for so long, I got away with not having to worry about getting up at a certain time, not having to worry about fighting traffic. So I'm not complaining about that, but I definitely want to get back into being more disciplined in regards to going to bed at a certain hour, in regards to getting up at a certain hour, because at the end of the day, I'm really not missing anything, especially with social media. Most of the time, there's 90% garbage out there. And the other 10 percentile of great information that I need to hear, I hear it during the day. I don't need to worry about listening to it late at night. So on that note, do the great thing for things. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a great day. If you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, do not forget to check out WEBULL, Stash, Acorns, Crypto.com, Coinbase, all those platforms. You'll be able to make some money. Specifically with WEBULL, you get up to 12 to 13 free stocks. And if you want to get a business credit card or a personal credit card, think about signing up with American Express. Hey, that's who I have my personal credit card with, and that's who I have my business credit card with. And don't forget, on the business side, if you want to check out my online store, check it out. And I always thank people for their donations on Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App, all right? So as I always say, do the great things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves, or you're going to live, bro, like a fool. Take care, family.